And what's good, everyone? Welcome in once again here to Behind the Arc Basketball. Appreciate all for joining in as we just wrapped up a couple moments ago with a crazy game that went into overtime. The first game on the stream tonight was between Arkansas and Auburn. Arkansas pulled off the W in overtime. Joining this game in progress currently, the score is 21-15 Illinois taking on Purdue. This is at Mackey Arena, home of the Boilermakers, as we join in progress. Travion Williams just missed the three straight away, got rebounded by Coburn, and Illinois comes back with the basketball. Joining in progress, 9:30 left to play in the first half. Trent Frazier, cross-court pass deflected, stolen away by Stefanovic of Purdue. Boilermakers with the ball. At the top of the key, Hunter swings it outside to Gillis. Gillis dumps it down low in the paint, stripped of the ball, gets it back to Morton, puts one up, contacted, fouled, and counted. One bucket coming up at the free throw line by number 25, Ethan Morton for Purdue. Make sure to vote in the poll if you haven't already done so tonight. Appreciate all for joining in. Morton shooting one at the line for Purdue. 9:10 left to go in the first. And missed off the front rim. Deflected. Picked up in the rebound for the Fighting Illini. Both teams coming on the winning streaks. Illinois won the last 4 straight. Purdue won the last 5 straight. DeMonte Williams turns the corner. Pump fake. Moves it out to the top. Frazier. Step back three in the air. Takes one straight away. Missed off the back rim. Tipped up. Battle for the rebound. And it's going to be a rebounding foul assessed to the Illini here. I think that's on Bosman's Verdonk, number 13. Quincy in the stream, welcome in. That was crazy, man. Lucas, welcome back in. Glad to have you guys back in onto the channel tonight. Yeah, absolutely insane in the last game. Crazy. Okay, so Purdue is in the bonus. Illinois just picked up team foul number 7. So Travion Williams will head to the free throw line. And the first one is good. Akram, welcome back in. Second one by Williams is good. Under 9 minutes left to go. Illinois has it at the top. And they lost it. They get it back, though. Bosman's Verdonk down the lane. Couldn't finish. Missed off the back rim. Williams crashed the glass. Picks up the defensive rebounds. Top of the key, Eric Hunter. Swings it out right wing to Ivy. Ivy inside the key. Lost the handle. Stripped on the court. Able to pick it up to Williams, though. Williams moves it over to Ivy. Ivy with 10 in the shot clock. Ivy working one-on-one. Pick gets set by First. Ivy shovels out to the top. First takes the three. Open straight away and bang, bang. Connects on it. Purdue with a 1-point lead. Nice vision to set that up by Jaden Ivy. This is part of a 10-zip run by the Boilermakers in the last 2.5 minutes. DeMonte Williams hands it off. Into the hands to Grandison. Now back to Williams. Williams turns the corner, dumps it over to Bosman's Verdonk, and we'll have a foul call. It's picked up on Caleb First. As the clock will stop, media timeout will head to with 7:46 left to go. Great game so far, 22-21. Purdue just took the lead as they are up by 1. Joe, welcome to the stream. Oh, that's awesome. Congrats to Quincy there going to Indiana for next year. That's awesome, man. So this is a 10-zip run now by Purdue in the last 2.5 minutes. Score points in bunches just like that. Such a deep team. 14-2 bench points. 14-8 points in the paint. And Ivy's only got 2 so far for Purdue. They're 2 bigs. Williams is the top scorer. He's got 6. And then Zach Edey's got 4. First look at the college basketball scoreboard since probably like a half an hour or so since we were constant overtime in that last game. But this is what we got right now. 2 teams in the Mountain West battling for possible NCAA tournament bids. Wyoming's 19-3. Utah State is 15-9. Utah State's been red hot lately. It's Utah State who leads on the road at Wyoming by 2, 34-32. Penn State leading Michigan 34-23. Been a rough season this year for the Wolverines. Indiana Northwestern, big game for the bubble. Indiana currently on the bubble, 16-6. Northwestern leads by 2, 21-19. Top 25 action. Villanova leads St. John's at halftime, 34-28. Big week upcoming for St. John's. Syracuse appears that they have turned a corner a little bit, 60-50. Syracuse now above 500, beating Boston College by 10. Johnny, welcome back in, man. Vaughn on the stream, welcome back in. Yeah, Alabama's been just all over the place lately. Some good wins, some really bad losses. West Virginia has won over Iowa State, 79-63. Now, Iowa State's in some serious danger, missing out on the tournament. LSU won today. Puts them back on the right track. 76-68 over Texas A&M. I'm looking at upcoming games for tonight. USC is not even playing a Pac-12 opponent tonight. USC's got a game against Pacific tonight. Talk about a team that's just blowing through everybody because the schedule's favorable for them. They're still ranked in the top 25. 19-4. 2 of those losses against Stanford. But, I mean, they didn't really play many good teams in the non-conference. Their best wins against San Diego State. Lost against Oregon, lost against Stanford twice, lost against Arizona. They have victories by 5 against Arizona State. They won against Cal by 7. They beat Colorado by 3. And I think it's just going to get caught up to them that eventually they're going to get taken out of the top 25. Hey, there we go. Some morning Olympic hockey tournaments tomorrow for men's hockey. There you go. Travion Williams off the rebound, took it coast to coast, got fouled. So Williams will head to the free throw line coming up. That is team foul number 8 by Illinois. And Coburn's got 1 foul. First shot is good by Williams. And second shot is good. So Purdue by 3. This is a 12-zip run now for the Boilermakers. They've got 24 runs of 10-zip or more this season. That is currently 3rd nationally. And airmail pass goes out of bounds by Illinois to the corner. Andre Curbelo misses his mark poorly on that pass, and that is now turnover number 5. I'm going to take Arkansas once again in that one. Alabama's just been all over the place. Purdue has it at the right wing. Bounce pass to the elbow. Williams. Lob over the top off the fingertips of First. We're going to have a holding call inside the key committed on Illinois, their knife. And that is Jacob Grandison, who picks up his second personal foul. So 7:12 left to go. Caleb first at the line. He's going to shoot 1-1 in the bonus. First one is good. I'll be off, unfortunately, on Saturday. So I've got 2 games I'm covering up on Saturday for announcing. Second one's good. Man, so this is now 14-0 for Purdue's run in the last 3.5 minutes. And really, we haven't had any solid basketball without whistles. From the last game into this game, Illinois, drive, kick, corner, 3, Carbello, hits one down, that's good. That's the way that you have to beat Purdue. Drill the threes. Illinois has been able to drill plenty of threes this season. It's just closing out games, that's been the problem for them. Lost against Arizona back in December, they couldn't close it out. Closing out games goes along with foul trouble. If Coburn gets into big foul trouble, that's exactly what happened in the game against Arizona and then the game against Purdue the first time around when he fouled out in overtime. It's going to be a turnover committed by Purdue here. So 6.5 left to go. Illinois has it back. Out to the top of the key, DeMonte Williams. Bounce pass down low. Coburn double team. Swings it outside. Carbello. Over to the top, Williams. Williams puts up the jumper. Missed off the back rim. And we're going to have a rebound foul. And it's assessed to Coburn. It looks like that's going to be his second. So now Kofi Coburn starting to get into a little bit of foul trouble. He's the game leader, or team leader for Illinois with 6 points. Also 3 rebounds. Travion Williams leads the game. 8 points for Williams tonight. And that's going to put Purdue now in the double bonus. So that's team foul number 11. What's good, SG? Welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for being a part here once again, man. Yeah, things going pretty well tonight, man. Taking Purdue in this one. First one missed off the back rim by Williams. Sasa Stefanovic comes into the game now for Purdue. They got a rash of sharpshooters on this team. Top 5 nationally in shooting the 3 ball. As Coburn will head to the bench. Second shot missed off the front rim. Offensive rebound picked up by Williams, and he gets tangled up. And another foul. It's on Plummer. Yikes. Illinois in a ton of foul trouble. That's now 11 fouls, and we still got 6:18 left to play. Man, Auburn at 11 fouls going into halftime. So Travion Williams back to the double bonus once again, shooting 2. First one is good. Yo, what's good, SG? Welcome on the stream once again, man. Second one's good. Yeah, I see them probably the number 3. So if Purdue wins out this week, if they win this game, they win their next one, Purdue should move up to 2. Gonzaga would go up to 1. I see them probably at 3. Because the teams behind them, they've had opportunities, not able to capitalize on it, though. What's good, Country Boy in the stream? Welcome in. Big win today for your Razorbacks, man. Purdue now into the bonus. So that's now team foul number 7 by Purdue. So Illinois sent to the bonus 1-1. They missed the free throw. Well off to the right side of the rim. No good by Omar Payne, the big man transfer from Florida. Stefanovic lobs it over to Williams at the elbow. Swings it out to the right wing. Now over to Ivy. Jaden Ivey, crossover. Moves it out to the corner. Here's a 3 taken by Gillis. Launches and drills it. So many weapons on this team. Mason Gillis leads Matt Painter's squad into a 7-point advantage right now as Brad Underwood takes a timeout. 5:42 left to go in the first. It's Purdue up currently 19-3 run by the Boilermakers. Last 4.5 minutes. Impressive. That was a beautiful feed right there by Travion Williams. Williams already with 10 points, the game leader. 6 for 8 when it comes to free throws. And he's got himself his first assist on the last possession. So Purdue started out 0 for 5 from three-point range ever since the 3 for 4. This team is lethal from the perimeter. They are top 10 nationally in three-point shooting percentage. Top 20 in assists per game. Their offensive metrics are insane for this team. 19-3 run in the last 5 minutes. Illinois looking for something. Coburn with 2 fouls, and he is not in the game. They got number 4, Omar Payne, in his place right now. Back from the timeout. Fighting Illini, looking for something. Left baseline, Jibble Curbelo. Pass it into the key, outside to the corner. Catch and fire 3. Williams off the side of the rim, no good. Crashing the glass. Defensive rebound, pull down by Gillis of Purdue. Boilermakers with the ball. Williams, top of the free throw circle. Pass deflected, gets it back. Travion Williams floats up one off the back rim. Tipped off the mark, no good. And Payne with a defensive board. 5 minutes left to go in the first. Crossover, dribbles up, dump off down the lane. Payne stripped and he gets fouled. So 2 shots coming up at the line by Omar Payne. It's going to be on Travion Williams, who picks up his second personal foul. So Travion Williams doing it all off the bench this season. The top scorer from the last 2 previous seasons. And this year, he's handed off the torch to Jaden Ivey, the top scorer. But coming off the bench, and 6th man of the year looks most likely. Hey, that's awesome there, Harry. Thanks so much for the update there, man. Yeah, I anticipated that one tonight. Celtics have been on the roll. They're playing a lot of teams short-handed, though. So I'm trying to not get pumped up too much being a Celtics fan about their winning streak, because the teams that they beat, the schedule is so easy this month. They just won their first of 3 against the Pistons on Friday. They had knocked off the Magic on Sunday, so they're playing like bottom tier teams lately. They got 2 more games this month against the Pistons. Then they played against the Nets without any of their big 3. Payne at the line, he goes 1 for 2. 5 minutes left to go. Purdue has it at the left elbow. Handoff. Ivy passes down low. Pump fake. Puts one up off the side of the rim. Missed by first. And rebound collected by Bosmans Verdonk. Illinois with 4.5 left to go. They'll see if they can get any sort of offense without their big man, Coburn, in the game. At the right wing, it is Curbelo. They move it over to the top of the key to Williams. Williams and Plummer, they should be the go-to in this type of matchup, but without Coburn, it makes it much more tougher. Here's a jumper at the free throw circle, around the rim, missed and out by Grandison. Back to Purdue it goes. They swing it out to the corner. Stefanovic turns the corner. Down the key with the left hand, off the mark, tip-in opportunity, no good, missed by first, ripped away by Plummer. Bosmans Verdonk comes away with a defensive board. Illinois staying in this game through their defense. 4 minutes left to go in the first. No Coburn. Points are tough in this matchup when you take on 2 bigs. The size and the length of Zach Edey, not in the game currently. Right baseline dribble, bounce pass down low. Bosman's Verdonk moves over to Williams. Drives, stripped, lost it. On the hardwood with it, they're able to get it back to the open three straight away, and they drill one. That is good by Alfonso Plummer, the transfer from Utah. They've got him and Williams are the go-to for Illinois with perimeter shots this season. Plummer's been tremendous. So Plummer, he's the top scorer now with 8 points for Illinois. Here's a three, top of the key, and it sinks through by Mason Gillis. 3 minutes left to go on the Purdue team that has a rash of perimeter shooters and a great interior type of team as well between Edey and Williams. And that is way out of bounds by Illinois. Man, turnovers are just going to crush them in the tournament. I've been pretty high on this team for Illinois. They've been playing injured throughout most of the year, starting to get healthy, moving back on the right track. But I mean, the turnovers are a problem. That's what gives you a lot of trouble in the tournament. We saw that last year. Texas was that type of team that turned it over a ton, and they matched up against Abilene Christian, who came into the game leading the nation in steals per game and won that. It's been the problem right now for Illinois. They just committed their 6th turnover, and these turnovers have been terrible. 2 passes just airmailed right into the stands on both corners. So, yeah, watching them, I think 2 takeaways from them are the foul trouble and the turnover problems. Other than that, they have one of the best big men in the country, but this is as hard as a matchup as you can get when you got 7'4" Edey on you and Travion Williams down low as well. That's as tough as it will go. Kofi was having some trouble when he played Arizona with Christian Coloco at 7'1". There's not many teams that will have like size to match up with that. But here's one that's just a nightmare more so for him. Quick update, college basketball scoreboard going on currently. Indiana leading Northwestern 30-26. Villanova up in the start of the second half versus St. John's 34-28. Not a whole lot going on right now as far as games. A lot of the better games are earlier tonight. Creighton's on the bubble. This is not looking good for Creighton. They're hosting Butler, and Butler leading at halftime 30-26. So Creighton, one of 2 teams in the Big East that had started out the season really well and now is falling apart. Seton Hall is the other one, right on the bubble with Creighton. Their tournament bids can go either way. Utah State leading at halftime over Wyoming, 40-36. It's a big game to monitor in the conference. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Because right now we're in the timeout. 2:56 left to go before half. Purdue gets the inbound as we come back from the timeout. Boilermakers in the double bonus. Illinois has committed 11 fouls as a team. Top of the key, Stefanovic. Passes down low. Edey, 7'4", back into the game. Not matched with Coburn. Still on the bench. Puts one up. No good. Missed off the backboard as he was defended by 6'8" Bosmans Verdonk. Illinois with a defensive board. Frazier at the left wing. Dribbles up into the key with a left hand. Puts one up. Contested by Edey. And off the glass, tipped out of bounds. It will stay. Fighting Illini ball. 2:27 left to go. Illinois will get the inbound. They move it out to the corner. Plummer, pump fake, slides to his left, takes the three, sinks the three. What a move right there by Alfonso Plummer. Holy smokes. He was like a blur on the court. Went for the right corner to the right wing and just launched it. That was one unbelievable slide to his left to do that. 2 minutes left to play in the first. Purdue has it with it. Ivy, he's double teamed. Out to the top, passes off to first. Handoff Stefanovic off the screen, takes the three. Around the rim and out, deflected out. Last touch by first of Purdue. Ooh, good question. I think they're going to be someplace in the top 5 if they win out rest of the season. Minute 50 left to go. Bounce pass to the free throw circle. Now it goes into the corner. Here's another three by Illinois, and they shoot a laser straight through by Plummer. Alfonso Plummer has been ridiculous with these step-back J's. Back-to-back he is hit right now, bringing the energy. 14 points. He just made his 4th three of the game, saving Illinois. 1:20 left to go before half. They're doing it without Coburn lately. Ivy launches a deep one, missed, and a defensive rebound corralled by Omar Payne coming in place of Coburn. Coburn with 2 fouls here in the first half. That's why he hasn't seen much time in the court. Coburn tonight has played a total of only 6 minutes. Drive, kick to the corner. DeMonte Williams into the key. Passes out to the corner. They move it over to the wing into the hands of Curbelo. We'll slow it down. 1 minute left to go. Curbelo off the pick, takes the three, it's well short, saved by Williams, heads up, pinned off of a defender, back to Payne, over to the top, Plummer, takes the three, couldn't connect on it, and it will be a whistle here as the clock was running down to 0. Shot clock ran down to 0, the ball hit the rim. Did they attempt it in time, though, by Plummer? That's the call that we're looking for. Let's see here. It was airballed. It was saved by Williams. Pins it off the head. Oh my goodness. Pins it off the head of Ethan Morton. Goes back outside. And Plummer launched it with 4 in the shot clock. The shot clock had some problems. That's what happened. The shot clock went from 4 to 0. And the referees had to stop time. Shot clock prematurely went from 4 to 0 as Plummer launched it. .49 seconds left to play. So this should be Illinois ball, and they'll get the inbound back with 49 seconds left. Never touched the rim. That shot clock's ridiculous. It's we're showing the shot clock to the screen. That should have never happened, that possession. The shot clock was moving 3 times as fast as the game clock. Something was going wrong. As far as syncing that up. Yikes. Yeah, somebody put the shot clock on turbo mode right there. Yikes. So they'll have to redo. I'm pretty sure this is going to be Illinois inbound coming up with 49 seconds. You don't see that. Usually never see that. Somebody hits the extra boost speed button. So the referees put back 7 seconds on the shot clock. 49 seconds remaining. before halftime. DeMonte Williams, the inbound passer, moves it out to the corner, fadeaway three. No good, tip to the perimeter. They get it back with a whole new 20. 40 seconds left to go before half. Illinois will slow it down. 10 on the shot clock now with Curbelo. Curbelo at the right wing. Crossover and Stefanovic rises for the jumper. Takes one and makes one. And Illinois has the lead. This is really promising for the Fighting Illini. Kofi Cockburn only 6 minutes in this first half. Purdue went on a 14-0 run on one point. Now Purdue's on a 3-minute scoring drought. 8-0 run by the Fighting Illini. 2-point lead for Illinois. 21 seconds left to go, and Matt Painter will take a timeout. See, there's promise here with this Illinois team that just can't count them out. Their big weaknesses this season, it's been closing out games, matchups with other players who size up with Cockburn, which there's very few nationally. Arizona and Purdue, which Purdue is, out of anybody nationally, is the toughest matchup, in my opinion. And turnover problems, too. They haven't turned it over in a while, though. They can rain threes. They made 7 threes so far today. And usually they're able to make those when Cockburn's in the game, because a lot of attention is drawn inside of Cockburn. So they usually do a lot of in and out. But Plummer, he's been on another level lately. Plummer's made 4 threes, and some of them really tough. Get back to action. Purdue, top 5 nationally in three-point shooting. They have the ball. Eric Hunter at the edge of the Purdue logo. Dribbles up to the top of the key, puts the ball into the hands of the first. Hand off, not clean, but a reach-and foul. And it will be assessed to Frazier around the screen, as the clock will stop with 6 seconds. So that will be the first personal foul of the game, picked up by Trent Frazier. Oh boy, I have to check that out when I have a chance there. I'm looking forward to seeing Vaughn's first video. So Jaden Ivey at the free throw line, double bonus, 2 shots for Purdue. His first one's good with 6 seconds remaining. Damn. Bill on the street, welcome in. Holy smokes, thanks so much for the update there. 81 points by the Nuggets in the first half. Wow. Second one's good. So this game is tied. 6 seconds left to play before halftime. Curbelo, pass midcourt, 4 seconds. Attacks, straight to the lane, floats one up and scores. Going coast to coast as Illinois takes the halftime lead. Andre Curbelo straight to the rack. He put it up high too. High arcing, right off the glass. Had to do that because he was going to get that shot altered. As that was over first and contested from the backside by Ivy. So halftime we go. Illinois 2-point lead, 38-36. What a first half. These have been great games tonight. Ty, welcome back on the stream, man. First game tonight, you get to cover Arkansas against Auburn. That was a crazy game. Arkansas now 9 straight wins in a row. Alfonso Plummer keeping Illinois in this game. Kofi Cockburn only played 6 minutes, committed 2 fouls in the first half. 14 points off of 4 made threes by Plummer. 9 points by Curbelo, as he is starting to get on a roll lately here. Coming off the bench tonight for Curbelo. And Purdue leading the way off the bench. Travion Williams, 10 points. He has made 6 free throws. That was the main struggle by Illinois. Was in the first part of this first half was too many fouls. 12 personal fouls. They picked up 11 fouls in the first 12 minutes. I'm going to watch the Super Bowl with my family, so unfortunately, I won't be covering it this Sunday. I actually predicted the Rams to win for the Super Bowl. So I've got the Rams for my prediction. Villanova leading St. John's 40-31 in the start of the second half. Yeah, Vanderbilt up over Missouri now 27-22. Big game as far as Utah State and Wyoming in the Mountain West. Utah State's been on a roll lately. They were out to a cold start. They lead Wyoming 48-39. Yeah, there have been so many upsets this year. It's been crazy. Yeah, I was hoping that Brady would stay his final year, play the 45. So it kind of came as a shock to me, but I of course wish him the best of luck in his retirement. And I was shocked to hear that today, because now he's playing uncertainty with the media that possibly he might consider a comeback. So I don't know what's up. I don't know if it's Giselle telling him to stop playing football, and then he had second thoughts about it today, that we hear reports that he's considering, well, he said, in quote, never say never. So he might actually come back. You never know. Butler leads Creighton at halftime 30-26. That's not good for Creighton, especially when you're on the bubble. So Wyoming knocked off Colorado State, Boise State. They beat Utah State on the road the first time. They got crushed against Arizona. They lost against Stanford in non-conference. They beat Washington in overtime. I don't know how in the world this team's getting receiving votes conversation just outside the top 25. That they were at number 26. They received more votes than Arkansas this week. I understand about Colorado State and Boise State, but there's some good teams in that conference. I mean, are they top 25 caliber? Are they top 30 caliber? Are they even top 40 caliber? Probably not. I don't even think Colorado State, because I know they were ranked in the top 25 early on, but you break down their roster, they're really undersized for their team. They're going to struggle against any team that's solid on the glass. They're going to struggle against, because that team's all about hit or miss from three-point range. Ooh, Denmark or Czech Republic? I'd probably go Czech Republic. Yeah, this week when I looked at the receiving votes category, some of these teams, I feel like they were just put in because they don't have any. They just have a good record, but they haven't played anybody good. That's why they were put at this point, when you could put better power conference teams that, like, up above these teams. Like, I would if you had Wyoming match up against Kansas State head to head, I think Kansas State could win that game. I mean, K-State's at the bottom of the Big 12. They have a couple big wins in the conference. They're just above 500, but they played a tough schedule all season long. I mean, Wyoming's just blown past like nobodies for teams. Yet they received more votes than Arkansas and Wake Forest, who's got a really good record themselves. Indiana, who's played a gauntlet of a schedule, 16-6. I mean, there's teams just throwing in here all over the place. In these receiving votes categories, that I would take teams like TCU over these teams all the way. TCU didn't even get any votes this week. They put Ohio in the category. Ohio got crushed today in their game. I think that was against Toledo. That was for number 1 in the MAC. And then Boise State, Wyoming, all receiving votes. San Francisco's got a really good record, but I don't know. I think a month from now you're looking at maybe like a team sneaking into the bracket like a St. Louis if they keep on going on a winning streak, and a team like San Francisco getting left out. So I was shocked to see St. Mary's put up there at 22 above UConn and Xavier. They had won against Notre Dame though. They beat Notre Dame. They beat Oregon. It's odd. Lost against Wisconsin. Only lost by 6, but they lost at Colorado State. It's really weird this season. Because usually those mid-major teams you'll see like when March comes around. You don't see those teams often in early February. Like you probably see other named teams that's on the bubble receiving votes. Like Florida, Mississippi State, Seton Hall, they're all not in there. TCU, I don't know how in the world TCU doesn't have anything for receiving votes this week. Like Oklahoma. Hey, there we go. Yeah, I've started to hear that's been in the news like yesterday and today now. That's good for Von out in California. Yeah, Providence has been on the roll this season. They got a ton of experience. They have 7 seniors in the team, so they could easily not be in the tournament right now. It's because they've won 11 games by 7 points or less that they have experience to close these games out. Yeah, I heard Kobe Brown's having a monster season this year. Just gonna take a trip around the league, see if they missed anybody. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the rankings putting teams like Ohio. They received 2 votes this week. Ohio, Wyoming receiving 82 votes. I mean, if you're gonna put those teams to receive votes, might as well put Vermont. This team's not even talked about. They're on a 12-game winning streak, undefeated in the conference. They had lost at Providence. So they had lost at Providence by 10. They lost at Maryland when Maryland was ranked that first week. So they have a loss early season, November 13th at Maryland. A neutral court game against Oakland, which I think is the top team from the Horizon. Lost at UNC Greensboro by 3. And they lost at Providence by 10. This team's not even talked about by anybody. And every single team that they've played so far in the conference, they're just blowing through. SMU is in that same thing here. SMU doesn't even... Yeah, they don't even have votes. They're 16-5. St. Louis is 17-6. If they win like 5-6 more games in a row, I think you're definitely hearing from St. Louis, possibly cracking one of these polls. This team has a loss against Auburn. They lost a lot of players in the offseason, too. They beat Boise State. Which Boise State is receiving votes. Oh, man. They beat St. Louis beat Boise State. They beat Iona. These teams are receiving votes. Lost against Auburn by 4. Lost against UAB, which potentially could be a Cinderella type of team this year. Gonna be interesting to see what happens throughout the tournament. UAB is right now on the bubble. They got some good teams in Conference USA this season. That conference is no joke. Them and UAB and Louisiana Tech. These are two teams to watch out for. That they have a couple prospects that are draft worthy. Jordan Jelly Walker, who's been a walking bucket for UAB, and then Kenny Lofton Jr. for Louisiana Tech. I would say no to that, Vaughn. Yeah, it's crazy. TCU is 16-5. They didn't even receive any votes this week. And North Texas, too, is actually the top team in the Conference USA. They're 17-4. This team's it's got a good conference. 17-4 North Texas. UAB is 18-5. Louisiana Tech 17-6. Somebody's making it in from that conference into the tournament. Western Kentucky was the team that knocked off Louisville, and they're only 12-11. Toledo's 19-5. They just beat Ohio today, which Ohio received 2 votes. South Dakota State's 21-4. Didn't receive any votes. This team beat Washington State. Right now, Washington State's on the bubble. Yeah, that's only like the good win that they have. They beat Oral Roberts, who's the number 2 team in their conference, still in Max Asmus. But that's obviously a team to monitor. I think they're first in 3-point shooting. They're just blowing through everybody in the conference. So that team's out in the Summit League. And from last year. There's some history there to make it to a deep run in the tournament. What's good, Malika? Welcome back to the stream. So we just closed out here at halftime. Thanks so much all for voting in the poll. Looks like Illinois took this one 57-43. As we will start off the second half. Right to the bucket. And that is Purdue with a layup to start things off in half number 2. Eric Hunter Jr. First possession now for Illinois. Coburn is back. He gets a touch inside. Backs his way on Edey. Pivot move. Banks it home. That's good. And through up and in off the backboard. Kofi Coburn. He's only played 6 minutes in the game. Quick foul trouble with 2 personal fouls. He's got now 8 points. At the left wing, Ivy lobs it. Down low with his Edey. Backs his way on Coburn. Puts one up and through right back. Edey for 2. Saw Matt Painter along the side. Hands up in the air looking for the foul call. Couldn't get it as he wanted a third on Coburn. Edey up to 6 points. Top of the key. Frazier. Bounce pass down low to the mid-block Coburn. Backs his way on Edey once again. Battle of the bigs. Coburn puts one up. Missed. Soaring up for the rebound. Battle for it. It's on the hardwood and is pulled down by Gillis. Here they go out on the break. Hunter swings it outside. Stefanovic catching fire 3. Oh, he hits it. Sasha Stefanovic right off the catch, able to deliver. These fans loving it here in Mackey. So many close games this season. We've got another one right now. At the right wing perimeter, it is Plummer. Plummer swings it cross court into the hands to DeMonte Williams. 18.5 left to go. Hands it over to Frazier. Frazier turns the corner. Moves it outside to the left wing. Dribbles up, down the lane, kick out to the wing. And Grandison will take a jumper, banks it, friendly bounce, able to fall. 1 point game approaching the 18-minute mark left to play. Purdue has it at the edge of the logo. Eric Hunter hands it over to Ivy. Puts the ball into the hands of Stefanovic at the top of the key. Swings it out to the left wing into the hands to Gillis. Gillis jab step working on Grandison. Passes out to the top. Ivy. Dribbles up, drives, right down the lane, floats one off the glass, and it scores. 2 more on the board for Jaden Ivey. What a battle here tonight, trading buckets in half number 2. Williams, 18-footer straightaway. Off the back rim miss, pulled down on the rebound by Gillis. Purdue has it at the top. Eric Hunter. At the free throw circle, gives the ball to Stefanovic. Off the screen, takes the jumper. Missed off the back rim. Edey whiffed to the rebounds, and it goes right back to Illinois. Fighting line, I pass the trail. The big fella scores. Kofi Coburn. He banks it home for 2 with a right hand off the trail. What a feed by Frazier. Straight down the lane. It's a 1 point game. 17 minutes remain. Pump fake at the right wing. Gillis moves the ball off to Edey. Edey looks to hand it off the screen. He does. It's over to Hunter. Hunter turns the corner, scores with a left hand. We got a lot of great buckets inside here. 16:45 left to go. Back and forth. Illinois now with their shot. Bounce pass. Top of the key. It's Coburn. Moves it outside to Frazier. Picks up by Coburn. Frazier dribbles up to the free throw circle. Swings it out to Williams. Back over to Frazier. Top of the key. Frazier will slow it down. 16.5 left to go. 10 on the shot clock. Picked by Coburn. He rolls down. Frazier to the bucket. Scores. He is slippery right past Edey. Once again, it goes from a 3 to a 1 point game. Talk about call and response. This is what this game's been about. Frazier's been on the board. Lob inside Edey. Gonna work on Coburn. Backs his way with patience. At the mid block. Pivot move. Edey up, no good off the front rim. Offensive rebound, it's Gillis. Swings it out to the corner, catching fire. Wide open 3 in Purdue. You cannot leave out in the quarter. So many shooters on this team. Eric Hunter Jr., he drills one. Illinois has it at the top of the key. It is Plummer. Plummer lost the handle, turnover. Purdue comes up with a steal. Watch out. Hunter takes it the distance as he scores with a left hand up and then off the backboard. Crowd is into it now at Mackey. Eric Hunter Jr. with 8 points. Purdue with 8 separate scores. Frazier, crossover, dribbles, attacks right down the lane, dish to the corner. They move it out to the top. Catch and fire 3 straight away. Williams missed it. At the top of the key for Illinois. 15-10 left to go. Purdue by 6, looking to add to it. Eric Hunter at the free throw circle, and we get a foul. It's going to result in Plummer reaching in. The clock will stop. 15:08 left to go. 6-point lead by Purdue. Back and forth we've gone in the second half. What a nice game tonight. What's good, Russell? Welcome to the stream, man. Hope all is going well. What a game. Top scores. Travion Williams with 10 points. Purdue has got Eric Hunter Jr. with 9 points. And then 3 players with 6 points. Gillis, Edey, and Ivy. And 3 players with 5 points. Stefanovic, First, and Morton. Purdue is shooting 43% from 3. Illinois is shooting 41% from 3. 2 players in double figures for Illinois. Plummer with 14. Coburn with 10. And then Curbelo right behind with 9. It's been a great game. It's just the sharing of the basketball is phenomenal by Purdue. How they have 8 players who scored between 5 to 10 points. They're such a balanced team. 20-10 in favor of bench points for Purdue. Points in the paint, also Purdue 22-16. Villanova leads St. John's 56-43. Creighton now has the lead over Butler 40-35. That's a big game for Creighton because they're on the bubble. Can't lose to Butler, especially a home game in Omaha. Vanderbilt leads Missouri 43-33. Big game in the Mountain West. Utah State up over Wyoming 57-55. This game of the Big Ten isn't really as relevant as I thought it would be. You look at the schedule back around 3-4 months ago, you'd be like, oh, this is a big matchup. But no, Michigan's only 11-9. They're winning Penn State by 2, 46-44. Both teams hovering around the 500 mark. Michigan 11-9, 5-5 in the Big Ten. Penn State's 9-10, 4-7 in the Big Ten. Just disappointing season for Michigan. And Northwestern leads Indiana 44-39. Now take a look about this score right here. USC does not look like a legit top 25 team. I mean, they're skating by. Pacific, they elected to play. I mean, USC is elected to play some easy teams skating by, so their record looks good. And once they got into conference play, they lost twice against Stanford, but they're still ranked. Right now, Pacific leads USC 22-14. I'm putting that right on alert right there. If they keep on staying around where they are, like a 6 seed in the bracket, whoever they face, they're gonna get upset first rounds. I mean, Pacific's nowhere even near a tournament team. Pacific is they haven't even won a road game. They're 0-9 on the road, 7-15 record from the WCC. And this game gets put on the schedule today. I mean, that could be another team in the grouping with Iowa State. Iowa State's in that same grouping that could fall the bubble by the time we reach March. USC, they could be in that grouping if they don't pick up victories in the conference. We get back to action. 15 minutes left to go. So losing is Arizona. Losing is Oregon, as that jumper is good. Back from the timeout by Ivy. And they barely squeaked by teams in the conference like Washington, Oregon State. They won by 10. They beat Arizona State the second time around by 5. They beat Cal by 7. As we have a fall underneath off the dribble drive, attacking Curbelo will head to the free throw line. 14:37 left to go. Andre Curbelo will shoot 2 here as he makes the first one. Second shot by Curbelo is good. 6-point game, 14.5 left to go. Purdue with the ball. They will dribble past midcourt with Eric Hunter. Swings it outside to Gillis. Bounce pass top of the free throw circle, Williams. Hands it over to Hunter off the screen. Hunter moves it out to the top. Gillis takes the 3, missed off the back rim. Tipped up, pinwheels around. Defensive rebound pulled down to the baseline by Frazier. 14:10 left to go. Illinois has it at the wing. Curbelo dribbles towards his right. Hands it off to Granderson. Launches from deep. Could not connect. And knocked loose out of bounds. It will stay fighting Illini ball. Inbound for Illinois at the baseline towards their left with Curbelo. Curbelo passes to the right wing. RJ Melendez, number 15, feeds it down low. Coburn off of a double team. And Coburn will get followed by Travion Williams on a reach-in. And that results in Williams' third personal foul. So the first player to pick up 3 fouls tonight goes to Travion. Inbound for Illinois. Right baseline dribble. Curbelo circles around. Puts up a jumper. Connects on it at the left block. Over to the elbow. Ivy swings it outside. 3-point shot taken off the front rim, missed, and ripped away in the glass right there for the rebound by Melendez. 13.5 left to go. Illinois has possession. Inside the key with the right hand. Curbelo skips off the rim. Couldn't get it to fall. And Ivy picks up the defensive rebound. Ivy has it at the left wing. Step back 3 in the air. Hits it through. That's good for the triple by Jaden Ivey. This man's just on another level, just so smooth on the court. With under 13 minutes left to play now, Ivy up to 11 points, 4 assists tonight. Fighting Illini with a possession. Bounce pass picked up by Curbelo. Off the pick set by Coburn. Curbelo. Bounce pass inside. Coburn covered by Edey. Edey forces the miss. Pinwheels around. Coburn saves it though. Off of a double team. Shovels it out to the corner. And now out to the top it goes. Frazier rises above. Takes the 3. Skids off the rim and out. They've had the looks, just not been able to knock them through. So 12:27 left to go. Yeah, it's going to be Purdue basketball coming up. Purdue with a possession. At the left wing, it's Ivy. 12:15 left to go. Pick set by Edie. Ivy dribbles up into the key. Shovels it over to Edie. Throws it down with a two-handed flush. There's the big fella at 7'4" from Toronto, Canada. Jumper at the baseline, connecting with it for Illinois. Right back for the deep two. It's good by Trent Frazier. Yep, Gonzaga's going to be the new number 1 on Monday. At the wing, Morton lobs it over to Edie. Edie backs his way into the mid-block, defended by Coburn. Passes out to the top to Morton. Morton moves it over to Ivy. Ivy dribbles up, defended by Coburn. Left baseline dribble, stripped to the ball, and is stolen away by Illinois. Now they look to push it here for the Fighting Illini. Curbelo on transition. Get that one away with a huge block, but there's a foul. Gillis with a big-time denial. It's Ethan Morton who picks up the blocking foul. And this should send 2 shots coming up at a charity stripe by Illinois out of timeout. 11:29 left to go. Big game we have going on right here, so we'll take the timeout. Yep, all set with that one with Bradley B on waivers. Villanova crushing St. John's 66-49. It's just not... Fortunately, been a disappointing season for St. John's. I thought they'd be bubble. Break-in is possibly a 10 or 11 seed, and that's just not been the case. So St. John's going to be 13-10 after tonight's loss. Creighton leads Butler 48-40. For a bubble team, that's a game you have to have. Creighton up by 8. And big game for the bubble, Wyoming leads Utah State 60-59. That game is at Wyoming. Indiana needs to have this one. 46-40 Northwestern leading Indiana with 8:45 left to play. We'll keep you posted on that score. A lot of teams having some trouble right now. USC is losing against Pacific. 26-20 Pacific with under 4 minutes left to go in the first half. Mind this, USC has got a 19-4 record, ranked at number 21. They lost to Stanford twice. Their best wins against San Diego State. They lost against Oregon, and they lost against Arizona. So they just don't have like a big-time victory on their schedule. And that would be just devastating if they lose against Pacific. Pacific with a record of 7-15. 0-9 on the road. This is usually the time we have conference games, not the time you play mid-majors. Unlike last year where multiple conference games got canceled, teams had to find new opponents. Because I remember Kansas played UTEP last year. There was a pretty close game. But yeah, that's concerning there. San Francisco leads Portland 20-18. San Francisco, another team in the bubble, 19-5 record, 6-3 in the WCC. So currently just in the timeout, 11:29 left to play in the second. Okay, so we get back to action. Free throws coming up at the line. 2 of them by Curbelo is the first one. Back from the timeout, he makes. Second shot's good as well. 11.5 left to play. Purdue with the ball as they go right to left in the court. Hunter Jr. first, Edie, Ivy, Stefanovic. Ivy has it at the top. He's defended one-on-one by Frazier. Ivy dribbles, attacks straight down the lane, and gets that one denied and out by Omar Payne. It will stay Purdue basketball with 11-12 remaining. Inbound. Size advantage right there. Goes to Edie off the inbound and banks it home. Everybody getting involved. That's been the season altogether for the number 3 ranked team nationally, Purdue. Illinois at the top of the key with Curbelo. Bounce past the right elbow over to Payne. Moves it outside to Curbelo. Turns the corner. Dribbles. Attacks right down the lane with the left hand. Couldn't finish off the glass. Defensive rebound gets pulled down by Gillis. Here goes Purdue with it. Ivy. Shifty. Puts up the jumper. Oh man, a fascinating move right there. Circus type of shot and banks it through. Jaden Ivey, good for 2. 10.5 left to go. Whole crowd up on his feet here at Mackey. Well, this is the largest lead of the game right now for Purdue. Illinois has it top of the key looking to get something. Curbelo moves it out to the corner. And here's a 3. Plummer missed off the back rim. Edie picks up the defensive rebound, and Coburn's not in the game. This has just been bully ball. Ivy taking it all the way to the rim and draws the foul. Talk about using your speed to get to the rack. Jaden Ivey doing just that with 10:07 left to play. Just so fast. Ivy shooting 2 at the line. Leading scorer for Purdue tonight. As he hits the first one, Ivy up to 14. First time somebody's led by double digits. Right here, right now. Second one's good. 10 minutes left to go. Illinois looking for something rather quick as Coburn is back into the game. Handoff. Grandison towards his left. Gives him the outside. Frazier moves it over to Grandison. Grandison jab step bounce past Coburn. Working on Edie. Off a double team. Moves it out to the corner. Grandison launches a 3. Missed off the front rim. And Edie taking control of this. Ivy taking control of this game. Picks up the defensive rebound. Here's more by Jaden Ivey. 1-on-1. Pump fake. Floats one up in the key. Gets another one. Number 23. On a whole nother level. Jaden Ivey. 17 points. 6 for 11 from the floor, fueling this 8-0 run by Purdue. Grandison dumps it down low. Coburn rejected by Edie, but a blocking foul. What a matchup tonight here, Purdue. They might win it all. I mean, this team's incredibly balanced. They got everybody chipping in. This is a huge matchup. 31-17 advantage in the second. And we haven't seen many minutes in the second half from Travion Williams either. Kofi Coburn, 2 shots at the line. First one drops through. I thought that Illinois could be like a far team in the tournament. I know historically Purdue has struggled in the past, but I really think this team can get over the hump. They've been able to close out some games late this year for this team. Going all the way back to that Villanova game back in November at Mohegan Sun. They closed it out against Illinois the first time on the road in double overtime. And, man, everything's just clicking for them. Like, I'm looking at the balance of this team now. This is the first time covering them this season. This team's incredibly balanced. They have 9 separate scores. 8 of those players are scoring anywhere from 5 to 17 points, as that's a 3. Straightaway good at the top of the key. And it's by Purdue. It was Thompson who just made the 3. Here's a steal by Purdue. It's by Travion Williams, who's back into the game. Purdue will slow it down. 8.5 left to go. They put up 70 points at this stage against Illinois, which has basically been more of a defensive type of unit as well. Injured player down in the court right now for Illinois. Purdue's going to take advantage of it. Ivy launching, drills it. Whole crowd goes wild. Not a good sign for the Fighting Illini. Not a good sign right here. This has been a troublesome area this season. That's Trent Frazier. Trent Frazier is holding his left knee and he is down. 8:15 left to go. Purdue had a 5-4 numbers advantage with Frazier just down. And this does not look good. This does not look good at all. He cannot put weight. I think that's his left, or yeah, his right knee. He just cannot put weight on that right knee. That's been devastating this season for Illinois, because they've had so many moments that you're like, this team could possibly make it to the Final Four if it wasn't for injury. Trent Frazier goes down. That's a tough one. He's been one of the key players this season for the Fighting Illini. He's played the most minutes out of anybody tonight as well for Illinois. Absolutely devastating. Spent all Purdue here in the second half. 37-18 in favor of Purdue. Purdue has scored more points than they have in the first half, and we still have over 8 minutes left to go. And at one point, they were trading buckets. And then, legit here in the second half, Purdue just cannot miss. Purdue in the second half is 15 of 20 shooting. They're 75% from the floor. They made 5 threes. I'm looking at these metrics to them. The metrics for Purdue resemble like previous national champion type metrics that they have. Arizona's in that category too. But what resembled Baylor last year was just so many sharpshooters on that team. So many players that could knock down 3. And they were nationally like top of college basketball in shooting and 3. Yeah, shooting and also 3-point shooting and also assists. Going into this game, Purdue was 6th nationally in assists. And they're 3rd nationally in 3-point shooting. Those are some of the metrics that propelled Baylor last year. 3rd in shooting percentage. 2nd in interior shooting. Also 21st in free throw shooting attempts. And 1st nationally in fewest defensive rebounds given up per game. Solid metrics. Just all around. Yeah, I saw that. That's crazy. Yeah, USC is going to get knocked out of the top 25. Honestly, I don't even know if they make it to the tournament. USC, Iowa State, both of them are in that category right now. USC is ranked at 21. I mean, they're 19-4. They haven't beat anybody good. Their best wins against San Diego State. Whenever an opportunity has arisen to them that they played against a team that's been better, they lost to Oregon. They lost against Stanford twice. They lost against Arizona. They'll probably make it into the tournament just because of their record. But the matter of postponed games, which they have multiple games postponed, they lost an opportunity to play against Oklahoma State. I would have really loved to see if they would have won that game. Their power conference victories, besides conference victories, include a win against Georgia Tech. That's the only Power 5 victory they have against a team in a non-conference slate. Other than that, they're lucky right now that they're 19-4. They won against Arizona State by 5. They beat Cal by 7. They beat Colorado by 3, which Colorado's had opportunities, not able to. But this is really telling here for USC as we get back to action. 3 missed by Illinois. Offensive rebound picked up by Coburn. 8 minutes left to go. Coburn missed the slam dunk off the back rim and lost out of bounds by Curbelo. Lucky that Kofi Coburn didn't even get called for the offensive foul there. He backed his way on Travion Williams. Williams took the flop, and Coburn soared right over him and missed a wide-open slam dunk. So, USC's remaining schedule, so they're losing at halftime against Pacific, includes UCLA twice, another game at Oregon. This time it's on the road against Oregon. They already lost against Oregon by 10 at home. They also have to host Arizona. And then they got games against Washington State, and at Oregon State, which Washington and Washington State are in the top tier of the conference, and Oregon State's last. Off the inbound, Purdue took the jumper, missed off the mark, goes right back, Illinois missed it off the mark, goes right back to Purdue. Ivy. He's been on fire lately. Gibbles rises up, takes the 15-footer, missed off the mark, pinwheels around, gets his own rebound back. Ivy dribbles outside, 7.5 left to go. Crossover, moves it out to the top of the key. Now into the hands to Travion Williams. Backs his way. 1-on-1, puts up a hook around the rim, missed, and Coburn comes out with a defensive board. They need something. They need it fast here for Illinois. Out to the right wing. Grandison launches a 3. Missed off the back rim and ripped away in the glass by Travion Williams. Everything coming together for Purdue. 7 minutes left to go. Everybody chipping in and through tonight for the Boilermakers as they will keep on slowing it down. 5 made threes in the second half for Purdue. Illinois is yet to make one. Top of the key, Williams hands it over to Stefanovic. Deep 2 jumper. Lets it fly and he sinks it. That's another sharpshooter on the team, above 40% from the outside for Sasha Stefanovic. This time he goes for the 18-footer straight away and able to drill it off the screen. Illinois at the top of the key. Bounce pass down low, Coburn. Pump fake, puts one up and draws the foul. Clock will stop, 6:27 remaining. Kofi Coburn to the free throw line to shoot 2. Like what we saw in the first half, the danger part about playing a team like Purdue is that they go on the run. They go on the run fast. They've gone on a 14-0 run at one point in the first half, and now they're up to an 8-0 run. Illinois gonna see if they can cut into it. 2 shots here at the line by Coburn. First one to make. Zach Edey going to check right back into the game for Purdue. Coburn with a second. Able to connect on it. 6.5 left to go. Bounce pass to the wing, over to Gillis. Moves it out to the top of the key to Edey. Edey dribbles up to the free throw circle, moves it outside, over to Ivy. Ivy dribbles, floats it up over the top for Edey, snags it. Over Coburn, puts it up off the glass, gets his own rebound, back soars up and throws it down with a two-handed putback jam by 7'4" big man Zach Edey. All Purdue tonight in the second half, demolishing Illinois, 41-20 advantage in favor of the Boilermakers. Zach Edey, 60% shooting, 12 points. Illinois at the top of the key. Frazier back into the game. Spin move. Coburn, triple team. Moves it out to the wing. Open three. And the foul call down low on Purdue, as they will pick up their 6th. Clock will stop with 5:35 remaining. Illinois will get the inbound. Lob into the hands to Coburn at the elbow. Passes outside to the top. Now over to the wing to Williams. Williams bounce pass. Down low to the low block. Coburn working his way on Edey. Pivot move. Puts one up and banks it. Up and off the glass. 17-point game. What's good, Brian? Welcome back in, man. Purdue is shot out of a cannon here the second half, outscoring Illinois 41-22. It was a 2-point Illinois lead at the half. Pass down low, deflected. They're able to pick it up, though. There's a foul. So the clock will stop with 5 minutes. Tomorrow I'm going to take off. I'm probably going to take off the next couple days to get some of my stuff done. I might be back. Probably be back on Friday, though. Because I haven't streamed NBA in a while. Ivy hands it over. Stefanovic off the screen. Launches a three. Airballed it. And it goes out of bounds. 4:57 left to play. Illinois is not even committed a personal... they've only committed 3 personal fouls in the second half. This second half's gone by pretty quick compared to what I called earlier today. Cross-court pass. 3 in the air, halfway down, and shooting into the net at Mackey. It would not go through the net. The rim was enough of that one. Missed by Luke Good. 4:20 left to go. Top of the key, Gillis. Moves over to Ivy. Ivy at the right wing, working one-on-one. Dribbles up into the key, lost the handle, turns it over. Coburn has it, and a reach-in picked up by Gillis. So clock will stop, 4:11 left to play. Wow, St. John started to come back a little bit, but too little at the end. Villanova picks up the victory, 75-69. Former Purdue Boilermaker, Aaron Wheeler, he had 31 points tonight for St. John's. Creighton still up with a lead against Butler, 51-46 Creighton. And it looks like Utah State and Wyoming is heading into overtime, 68-68. Indiana losing against Northwestern, 53-49. We'll keep you posted there. Indiana currently in the bubble, 16-6. Northwestern, 11-10. They played so many close games this season, just not able to break through. That's the difference between a team like Providence that's 20-2 and a team like Northwestern that's 11-10. Just going to tally up their games this season, but I think out of any team nationally as we head to the timeout, Northwestern's played the most games and lost the most games by single digits. Lost against Providence by 5. Lost in overtime by 4 to Wake Forest. They beat Maryland by 6. Lost against Michigan State by 7. Lost against Penn State by 4. Lost against Ohio State by 8. Lost in double overtime against Maryland by 7. Beat Michigan State by 2. Lost by 6 to Wisconsin. Lost by 2 to Michigan. Lost to Illinois by 3. And won against Rutgers by 1 in overtime. So yeah, so Northwestern is 3-9 in games decided by 8 points or less this year. Currently 4-8 in the Big Ten. So not a bad team. They just can't close out the games, and that's the difference between being ranked and not being on the bubble. Not even close to being on the bubble right now in the tournament because they're one game above 500. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate all for joining in tonight. Absolute clinic by Purdue. 45% from three-point range. Points in the paint 34-18, 23-18 points in the paint, or points off the bench. They have that favor too. Eight players have scored a range of 5 to 20 points, with Ivy being the top scorer with 20. Jaden Ivey 20 points, Zach Edey with 12. Travion Williams with 10. 16 assists as a team. They're just so many weapons on Purdue. Such a deep team. And Illinois is that type of team that they'll stay in the game as long as they can make threes, and the second half has just not been there. 0 for 9 in the second half from three-point range. Just they have incredible balance on this Purdue team. So we get back to action. 4 minutes left to go. Ivy with the ball at the right wing. Dribbles towards his left, and Melendez gets called in the reach-in. Inbound back out to Hunter. Under 4 minutes left to play. Purdue bounce pass, right wing. Gillis, Stefanovic. Ivy gets a touch. Ivy at the wing, dribbles up, rises to the free throw circle with a jumper, and he sinks it. Jaden Ivey, big game tonight, 22 points. 8 for 14 from the floor, along with 6 assists. 3.5 remaining. Frazier puts the ball into the hands on the outside. Bounce pass down low, Coburn, still working his way in. Ivy puts up a hook shot and connects on it. Kofi Coburn has been taken away from this game for the most part. 18.6 rebounds. What's good, Randy, in the stream? Welcome in, man. Purdue will keep on slowing it down. 2-1 assist to turnover ratio. That's what you like about teams going far in the tournament. When you get a solid assist to turnover ratio, Stefanovic off the catch, launches a 3. Off the side of the rim, misses, and it goes out of bounds. 12 assists by Illinois to 9 turnovers. Purdue is a team 16 assists to 8 turnovers. Under 3 minutes left to go. Bounce pass to the mid-block. Coburn off of a double team. Backs his way now on Edey. Gillis comes along. Puts one up. Stuffed by Edey. Gets it again. Coburn lost the handle. Ripped away by Gillis. He comes out with a steal. Purdue has it. Ivy, shifty, right down the lane. Gets the bucket, scores. 2 more. Up and it off the backboard. And one coming up by Jaden Ivey. Talk about playing on a whole nother level here for a top 5 draft pick. Just so shifty. Can get right to the rim. Shake and bake right past you. Phenomenal handles this youngster has. Ivy shooting one at the line to put Purdue up by 20. And we couldn't see the free throw because the camera was turned the wrong way. Oh, man, what a blunder by the camera crew. It's going to stay Purdue basketball. Look, so, or no, they had said, okay, so tie up, it's going to be Illinois ball. What happened here? Oh, he didn't even get the, he didn't even, he made the free throw. It's not going to count, though. A lane violation charged to Edey. Lost his balance in the lane. 2:15 left to go. Illinois with it at the wing. Frazier puts it on top. Bounce pass over to the wing. 3 taken, and right down the pipe it goes. That's the first made 3 of the game. In the second half, that is 18 minutes through, as R.J. Melendez connects with it. That's the first triple by Illinois in half 2. And that's exactly what made them stay in this. Took the lead. 7 made 3s in the first half. Hit and miss team from 3. And just second half, they were stone cold. Had the looks, couldn't connect. Edey over to Ivy. Ivy circles around. Pump fake. Launches a deep one. Missed off the mark, but gets fouled. And this will be 3. Or it's going to be inside. It's on Coburn. So it won't be 3. It's going to be assessed to Coburn. Ivy took the 3. It was a rebounding foul picked up by Coburn, battling with Edey for it. And Purdue's in the bonus now. That'll be team foul number 7 by Illinois. 1:36 left to go. Talk about a statement commanding victory tonight for Purdue in the second half. Steamrolling them. They have a chance to put up 50 in half number 2. Zach Edey, 1-1 bonus. And missed the first one off the back rim. Rebound pulled down by Podziemski of Illinois. Basically have their bench players into the game, some of them. Left baseline dribble, and followed and scores. 2 by Melendez, and we'll shoot 1. 1:26 remaining. And the free throw is good. Just that big win is something that Illinois is missing to get against a really good opponent, like top 10, that they're missing out upon. Final minute. Crossover. Ivy drives. Goes back door and scores. Oh, an absolute walking bucket. 26 tonight by Jaden Ivey as we reach the final minute. Top of the key, Podziemski. Moves it out to the wing to Plummer. Plummer was great in the first half. Missed a jumper and a deep 2. Deflected out. Last touch by Illinois. Before you sign off tonight, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Purdue looking just better and better every single game. Player retainment, big key to success for this team. Man, they're going to be one tough out in the tournament. Let's go to Boulder Vaughn in the street and welcome in, man. I think you're looking at it right now, national title. I think it could very well be Kentucky versus Purdue. Lob over to the mid-block. Edey backs his way and gets fouled. It's going to be 2 coming up at the line by Edey. They have so many different players that can score. That's led the team in scoring each game. Stefanovic, Ivy, Williams, Edey, Thompson. First one was good. The second one missed. This will now be... This will be 6 straight for Purdue and 6 straight victories. They've scored 80-plus points for Purdue. And this is their best defensive game since the victory against Northwestern on the 23rd of January. They allowed above 70 in the last 4 games, and they only allow 68 to Illinois. And this one, as this game has gone to final, part of a 48-30 second half advantage in favor of Purdue as they are able to take it tonight. Thanks so much all for joining in tonight. Appreciate all for being a part here on the channel. Before you do sign off, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. And we're going to close out to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out as we have Jason, Cindy, Rajeep, Old Ed Deuce, Brian, SG Sports Talk, Russell, D Block, BP Greg, Oreo Pudding, Bino, Arahan, Mark, Mike, John, Jessica, Stephanie, Ahino, Joseph, Elkie, and GFR90. Woody Warren, I am Ghost, Pamela, Keith, Isaiah, Manon Hayes, Barco, Dave, Rides of Steel, and Kelly. Thanks all for joining in tonight. Big victory by Purdue as they win 84-68 at home at Mackey against Illinois. Enjoy the rest of your night, everybody.